Hey everybody, just trying to get organized. That's something that is just very difficult for me. My phone's not wanting to work, nothing's wanting to work. So, how is everybody? Not going to be on here long, but I just wanted to just touch base with you guys for a minute. So, I had a super good time making that wreath Friday night and Saturday. And it was so much fun. And another good thing about it is it sold already. Can you believe that? Like, I am so thankful and excited, happy that it sold. So blessed. So anyway, I'm just finishing up some crafts here. Finishing up some wreath attachments so that they're ready to go. I originally had this, everything was all cut and stuff, and I thought, well, if it sells, then I'll just whip it up. And I thought, you know, I've got all the stuff cut, I'm just going to get them made. So that's what I worked on yesterday afternoon after I finished the wreath. And then I worked on some more patterns, cutting out some patterns. So I'm getting ready to start on some Christmas actually. So anyway, I found a way to when you're making the scarecrow hair, you know, and you're using the raffia, and if you don't want your raffia all to be like nice and neat, if you use pinking shears on it, that's always a good way to make uneven edges. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I did pinking shears on it. I tell you, a little tweezers are good for getting some gobs of glue off too, if you get a gob of glue. I use little tweezers a lot. So I did want to, like I said, I had so much fun making that swag. And I have some more black, so I may make another Halloween swag because I have lots of Halloween picks. And I thought I could make another over-the-top Halloween swag. So that's going to be my plan to do sometime this week. I just have to like put some stuff together and figure out what color mesh I want to use and all that good stuff. So anyway, but it was so fun putting all those picks in, not worrying about like, oh, I don't know. I just, you know, I told my husband today, I said, what's the difference if I have 4 wreaths at, you know, $50 a piece versus I had 1 wreath? I've never sold a wreath for that much money before. And to me, that was a lot of money. I sold it for $155. So it was fun, and I got to put a lot of stuff in it, and I felt like, you know, I probably could have sold it for more, but I was like, that's okay with me. I felt like I made a little bit of money on it, you know, so I was pretty happy. So what are you guys up to today? Is anybody crafting today? Oh, that one's not in there. Is it? Is it in there? No. So anyway, so I'm getting all my things ready they're already listed, these are, so I'm just getting them ready, finishing them up. So last night I just glued a bunch of stuff together and then me and my husband, we ended up watching some television. So I said I just glued a bunch of things together, and now I'm kind of putting it all together. So that's what I'm working on. And I cut out some gingerbread stuff last night. What else did I cut out? I cut gingerbread girl. What else? I'm trying to think. I really hate when you get down to the end of the glue. It doesn't want to go through there. Cut out something besides gingerbread. What else was it? Oh, Santa. That's what I cut out, was Santa. So I'm going to look through my material and see what I need for that. Make sure it goes on correctly. So anyway, so what are you guys up to today? I've got lots of attachments in my shop. I put a brand new attachment in there. I don't think I brought any of them over here though. I can go grab one real quick because it's laying right there. They're super, super cute. I only made 2. And I priced it really probably too cheap, but because you cannot find fur anymore. Cannot find fur anywhere anymore since Joann's isn't around. So fur is not cheap. So here's my little girl, and she's got her little house shoes on for trick-or-treating, and she's cute. So, and she's got her stuff in there for the wreath attachment. So there's 2 of them in my shop, www.wreathadictionrn.com. So anyway, so there she is. She's super cute. And like I said, there's 2 in the shop. And then of course, then there's the ghost like I made Friday night. There's several of those different kinds in there. And then there's some stuff that was like left over from last year, things that I did not necessarily make, but that were like wreath kits or wreath attachments that I had purchased when I was trying to sell stuff. So there's some stuff in there for like that. And there's some Halloween gnomes in there still. That's one thing I haven't made, was a gnome wreath. I should do that. So I had made a gnome patriotic. I still have it. It's hanging upstairs. And then I made a gnome military one, and somebody bought that. So that sold, which made me very happy. So, but I do have some. I'll have to look and see what I have for to do like make a gnome wreath thing. I haven't done that. I ordered a pair of scissors. I probably need to order another set. It's amazing how when you use your scissors for material and other things, how they get dull so easy. Do you guys feel that too? Tell me what your best pair of scissors are and where you get them from. And your glue gun. Do you have a glue gun that you use, and where you get it from? I've got Surebonders is what I usually get, and I usually get mine from Amazon, but I can tell you that it just seems like because I'm doing wreath attachments and I'm using a lot more glue, they don't last as long, you know. So I was just curious. Just curious. Somebody started using a glue gun from Michael's. And said it was, who is it? Reese by Waldo, I think is who she is. And she loves it. But of course, she's not doing, like, she's just gluing stuff in the wreaths. So I think that might make a difference. Like, I'm needing a detailed, I need a small one, and then I need a big one. So let's cut these. So anyway, Is anybody crafting today, or are you like me, you're just hunting to see who's live, what they're doing? I want to get on Damon's thing. And I'm kind of waiting for Stephanie from Festive Creations, because I know she's going to be having another sale with her ribbon, because she's going out of business. So if you're looking for ribbon, Stephanie from Festive Creations, she's closing her creative shop, her Festive Creations, and her and her husband bought a bar and restaurant. So she's getting rid of all of her supplies, which she had she has a lot of supplies, and she had some good supplies. She's getting rid of all of them. So he's so cute. Cute, 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 cute. So there's 2. So now I have to do, yeah, I made enough for 4. So now, put all this stuff together. So I just thought I'd come live a little bit. One thing that Tammy said that kind of sticks with me, anytime I'm doing anything, I want to be live. Anytime I'm creating anything, I want to be live. And that kind of stuck with me. I'm like, I can't show you how to do these per se, but I can, put them together and talk with you a little bit and kind of get some feedback of what you guys are looking for, so that I can possibly create some things that you would be interested in, so I would just love to have some feedback from you guys, like what's been your experience, like what are your price ranges for your wreaths, and like, do you have a limit? Like, I used to never buy really expensive wreath attachments, and then I did buy a pretty expensive wreath attachment, was able to still get my money out of it, because it was so nice. I didn't add a lot of stuff. Really, I'm not a big person that adds a lot of different embellishments, because I was always worried about getting my money out of them. But like I said, sitting is sitting. It doesn't really matter. If I'm going to have a better chance to sell one $100 wreath versus 2 or 3 cheaper ones, so anyway, it's kind of where I'm at. Anybody else think like me? Now my husband's calling me again.
Call from home.
Alexa, answer. I'm on a live.
Okay, do you come up and look at this thing before I make a box to close it up?
Can you give me a few minutes to get off the live?
Oh, I'm sorry, yes. Alexa, hang up.
So my husband is trying to build a box. That's the one thing, when you do something over the top, you don't normally have a box big enough to ship it, right? So he is building me a box to ship it. So that's what he's working on right now. So I don't want to leave you guys hanging, but I'll try and come back live a little bit later. Maybe I'll be able to get some product ready to actually create a wreath, and maybe we can just cut some product or something. So, but I really, I'm interested in what you guys do, and, like where your price points are for your items that you sell, because I'm sure most of you are wreath makers that watch me. I did get lucky though, and had 2 people that weren't wreath makers watch me, and because I did have somebody else that wanted to purchase that. So that's why I think I need to make another over-the-top one of some sort. Cut those down. So all right guys, well I need to go upstairs and check on what's going on with that box, and I will talk to you guys later. You guys have a blessed day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.